Hey guys, it's Ellie here, and today I'm bringing you my Week 8 battle against Old Man Top, coach of the Pittsburgh Pirattatas. He is Chaos in the Sky's replacement, so I will not be battling Chaos in the Sky, which is a great shame because he is an avid shit talker and I was looking forward to beating him. Let's move on. But before we do that, please go and check out the links in the description to Tup's channel. He is a lovely, wonderful man, and he's probably the nicest person I know. Very supportive, and he's just an all-round cheery bloke. So please go and give his channel some love. He's a great guy. But anyway, enough of that. Let's get into the team quickly. I have mixed defense Mega Scissor this week to switch in for Terrakion and Miss Magus. It's tailored to live both a close combat, both a Stone Edge from Terrakion and a Mystical Fire from Miss Magus. It's mainly Spadef for Miss Magus, but it's got enough to live 2 Stone Edges for Terrakion as well. Excuse me, I'm burping for some reason. It's got U-Turn, Defog, Roost, and Bullet Punch. I didn't bring Crobat this week, as you can see, as he's got so many fast offensive threats that I can't really switch in on. So Crobat was just on the bench this week. Then we have Nasty Plot Casid Berry Mew with 3 attacks. Casid Berry was for Shadow Wall Miss Magus, obviously, so that's going to be weakening the damage, any damage I take from that. I think my moveset was Psyshock, Nasty Plot, Aura Sphere, and then potentially, I think it was Thunderbolt for the Milotic. So yeah, Mew could be doing a lot of work this match. And I think I had enough speed. I think it was just bulky Mew because it was a speed tie with Mega Charizard, and then the rest of his offensive threats were just faster than base 100, so I just put enough speed to outspeed max speed Milotic, which I didn't really need that much investment in. Maybe it was for full HP, I don't know. But yeah, it's bulky Nasty Plot Mew because it needs to take hits. Then we have Curse Mamoswine. Yeah, you heard that right. All of his offensive threats outspeed Mamoswine naturally, so I thought, fuck it, why not just put Curse on there for lols? Because if I can set up on either Aromatisse or Amoonguss he didn't bring obviously, but if I can set up on Aromatisse either late game or early game, I do kind of just destroy his team with the combination of Earthquake and Ice Shard. And I can live things at +1, including a Life Orb close combat from a Terrakion, and a Flare Blitz or a Dragon Claw from Mega Charizard X, which is absolutely disgusting. So yeah, Mamoswine is looking to do great things this match. It has a phenomenal matchup this week. And hopefully we can get that to work. Next up, we have Heatran, Sub Flame Charge, Earth Power, and Lava Plume. Enough speed to outspeed Scarf Terrakion at +1, and the rest in special attack and HP. This combination of coverage can do a lot of work to his team, especially with Lava Plume burns, etc. I'm really looking forward to using this. Hopefully it does some work. And obviously if it gets a sub up, it can really trouble his team. Next up we have Electabuzz with Dual Chop, non-stab dragon coverage for the Mega Charizard X. It's an Oko after rocks, which is absolutely hilarious. Then we have a Volt Switch, Thunder Punch, and I think Toxic for the Aromatisse. It may have been Psychic. It was Psychic for the it was Psychic for Moongus, but he didn't end up bringing it, unfortunately. Life Orb with enough speed to outspeed Jolly Mega Charizard X, the rest in special attack and physical attack with Life Orb, so that's going to be doing some huge hits, huge damage, and is mainly there to deal with Milotic. Then finally we have a physically defensive Miltank with Body Slam, Stealth Rock, Milk Drink, and Rock Tomb. Rock Tomb for speed control, mainly for the Mega Charizard. That thing terrified me so much. If it got up a Dragon Dance, it swept my entire team, so I had to bring speed control. It also was for Miss Magus as well. Rock Tomb was also for Miss Magus, to either get its speed down a little bit so Mew can come in and kill it, or either break its sub, depending on HP investment and stuff like that. But yeah, that's the theme, and let's get into the battle. Alright, so I end up leading with my Mega Scissor, as you will see momentarily as the thingy loads, but Top is going to issue a challenge and I'm going to lead with my Mega Scissor. I think... Yes, so I'm going to go for U-turn to break this thing's sash. I can live an HP 5 from this thing, so I do not fear staying in at all. Chances are he's just going to set up Sticky Web, which is exactly what he does. So I'm just going to go straight for the U-turn to break this thing's sash, and then I'm going to go out into my Mamoswine. U-turn not quite taking it down to its sash because I'm uninvested, obviously. But in comes the Mamoswine, and I cannot overpredict because this thing may have Energy Ball or Giga Drain, so I have to go straight for the Ice Shard, not messing around with this thing. As you see, he does stay in, so he was probably going for Energy Ball there, so I did make the right play. This does mean he can go into his Milotic or Charizard. So he's going to go into his Charizard here, and he's going to switch out, realising that Flare Blitz will not kill because I'm sick bat. So he's going to go into his Milotic to take an Earthquake, I suppose. But I actually end up switching out into my Tito's Milk because it's just a reliable switch in to the Charizard. This allows me to get my rocks up as well. I'm going to skillfully dodge a Toxic as I go for the Body Slam. Doing a hefty chunk, I get a crit here and a paralysis, which is, I felt so awful that turn. Not only because I dodged a Toxic, but because of the crit power, so I felt a bit shitty. I'm going to set up my rocks here on this Milotic, and he's going to get fully paralysed. This is going to be a reoccurring theme for Milotic in this match. It is essentially a cripple. As you can probably tell by the top thumbnail if you can go over to his channel and check that out. So I'm going to hard switch to Electabuzz here. I'm going to get caught in Sticky Web, which is fine. And again, he's going to get fully paralysed. I feel terrible. Like, I was doing this battle on Skype, and obviously I had Skype muted, but people wanted to see me live commenting it and my reactions and stuff like that. And I was just speechless at the amount of luck I was getting. I felt so bloody guilty. I'm going to go for the Volt Switch because he's not going to stay in, and if he did, it would do a hefty amount, like 60%. So I'm going to Volt Switch out, and I'm going to go into my Scissor. This is my opportunity to get rid of the Sticky Web, so I'm going to do that. It also scares out this... excuse me, I'm yawning. It also scares out this Aromatisse, well at least I thought it did, but I'm going to go for the Defog. And as you can see, Top is going to go for a Charm, so I suppose he predicted me to go for a Swords Dance there, so what a lord. Top, you're my favourite. So I'm just going to U-turn here because I'm at -2 attack, and there's no point going for a Bullet Punch on this thing because it's probably going to do the square root of fuck all. He's going to go into his Terrakion, so this U-turn is going to break its potential sash, and I'm going to go out into Mew because I can live any one hit from this thing, even if it's banded, which I don't think it would be because I do have a Scissor on my team and I can just wall it. And he's going to reveal the X Scissor, which is fine. It takes me down to about a quarter health, just below half. And Side Shock is not quite going to take it out because I am not Life Orb, and this thing has some HP investment, I suppose. So that's unfortunate. It was kind of a low roll, but YOLO. I'm just going to switch into my Scissor. I've got no reason not to, as he goes for a Stone Edge, and this does about 40%, and then he's going to go for Close Combat. Not sure why. Stone Edge did do more, I believe. And I'm just going to quick U-turn because there was no point going for Bullet Punch. Because I really thought he'd switch out to Milotic here, wanting to save this, but I suppose not. That crit did not matter because at that point he was at -1 defense. Yada yada yada. But the amount of luck I'm getting this game is just atrocious. I felt really, really guilty. So I'm going to go into Miltank. I wanted to bait out either this Magius or the Aromates because those are the two things that I can deal with easily. And I'm going to take this as an opportunity to lower this thing's speed so it can't go for nasty plot. Well, it could, but I'd outspeed it with my offensive threats. Also, if it got a sub up, it probably would have broken the sub, so that's great. This turn I'm going to take the opportunity to set up my rocks as he's going to go into his Melodic. I didn't want to go for a second rock team in case he was competitive Melodic, and I didn't want to risk that because I don't have much to switch into a +2 Scald. And as you can see, I'm going to get a ton of blessies back, and then I'm going to be burned. So, what is with me yawning today? Holy shit, I apologise. Oh yeah, apologies for no layout this week. I have been so bloody busy. I completely forgot to mention that at the beginning of the video. I've been busy and stuff. But anyway, back to the battle. He's not gonna get fully paralysed. Holy fucking shit. It's a miracle. Praise the Lord. As I riskily switch in my Electabuzz. That took a fuck ton of damage. And I'm going for Thunder Punch for some reason. I thought he was going to Aromatisse here, but Volt Torch was my better play. And I get a crit! I get a fucking crit, and that still did barely anything. And he gets fully powered. So Melodic is just not doing anything this game, and at this point, I just felt terrible. I'm going to go for the Volt Switch, not quite picking up the KO, as you see there. It just holds on with a slither of HP, and I go into my Mew here. Because it's the best thing to take a Scald. I didn't want to go into Scissor because it may get burned. And if it goes for Recover, I can just kill this with a Thunderbolt. But, again, he gets fully paralysed, and I just feel atrocious. My luck this game has been absolutely retardedly lucky. That made no sense. But, I just felt terrible because Melodic did a huge amount of work to my team, and I just hacked the shit out of it. But now Tup is going to take the opportunity to go into his Mega Charizard X, and that scares me, so I'm just going to go straight out into my Miltank, not playing around with this thing. And he's going to Mega up right here, and this gets a little scary. He's going to go for a Roost right now, but had he had gone for a Dragon Dance there, I think I would have lost then and there. So he's going to Roost back up to full. And I'm going to yawn once again. What is wrong with me? Jeez. And at this point, I'm absolutely forced to stay in with Miltank. I cannot switch out into anything. And I have to hit all my rock teams or I lose. So I'm just going to have to stay in and keep clicking rock team. That is my safest play. That's what I have to do to deal with this thing. I need to keep its speed under control because if it gets a +1 speed, I lose. I astronomically lose by a Mega Charizard X, and that is not cool. So the next couple turns is just going to be him setting up and me going for rock team, and him setting up and me going for rock team. And Miltank is doing a fantastic job of dealing with this thing. I'm so glad I brought this. Had I not brought Rock Tomb or any kind of speed control, I would have been fucked. But luckily I did decide last minute to put Rock Tomb. I did have Bulldoze, but that wouldn't have hit Miss Magus, but I changed it to Rock Tomb and I'm so glad I did. So that's his third Dragon Dance up now. Bear in mind, if I miss a Rock Tomb, I lose. But luckily, Miltank has been trained in the mountains to not only get paralysis, but to hit all of his rock teams. So shout out to Tito's Milk, who's actually female because all Miltanks are female because titties. And I think now is the time he goes for Flare Blitz and kills off my Miltank. So ripping the finest of kills, Miltank, you did a fantastic job. Thank you for putting up with that Charizard and doing some fantastic work. He's going to have some recoil damage, and now we reveal the memes. We go into Electabuzz, but he switches out, and I'm like, why? Tup, why did you do this to me? I wanted to get a kill with non-stab dragon coverage. I suppose he didn't want to forfeit, but I'm going to reveal the Jolterup. I really thought he'd stay in, but he didn't. And that's going to do so much damage. What the hell? I suppose it is base 60 HP and 60 defense, so Miss Majors, you are really weak on the physical side, I'm sorry. And he's going to go for Willow. I didn't have anything to switch into this, so I was happily stacking off Electabuzz. But I do manage to get a kill with Volt Switch, so that's great. Thank you, Electabuzz, for putting in some fantastic work for me this match. And then I'm going to take this opportunity to go into Mamoswine, because all he has left is his Aromatisse and his Charizard, which is on like -1 health. And by that I mean he pretty much dies to rocks. So I'm going to go into my Mamoswine and take this as an opportunity to set up a curse, because I don't want to sing Sang of Wish because it can live an Earthquake at neutral. He's going to go for Protect, possibly scouting for Iron Head, or just wanting a turn of lefties, I suppose. But I'm going to go for the curse, get my attack up, get my defense up. And the defense part doesn't really matter too much. And then next turn I should kill this with an Earthquake. Max roll is 80%, even if it's Fizz Death. I'm Adamant Life Orb. This crit does not matter, but it does rub more salt into the wounds. Top, I am so sorry for the amount of hacks I got this game. It was disgusting. I felt really bad, and I couldn't stop apologising to him after the match, but he's going to go into his last one, and I'm going to be able to take it out with Ice Shard. Mamoswine getting 3 kills this match. It may have been 4, I can't remember, I think it was 3. But good job, Mamoswine, you put in a lot of work again this week. And that's the match. I felt so bad. But please do check out the links in the description to Tap's channel, he's a good man. Next week we'll be facing Paul of the Thunderbolts and Wanderers. He has a Manaphy and a fucking Mega Pinsir, so God knows how we're going to survive that week. If you guys enjoyed, God, I can't even speak today. If you guys enjoyed, please leave a like and all that malarkey, and I'll see you in the next video. Adios, bitches.